Yo, what it do, fight fans and family? Welcome back. Once again, it's the man Stan, and you watching Stand on Business Boxing. So, looks like we getting that 168-pound bout that's been making its rounds around the boxing world. That bout being the bout between the Mexican Monster, David Benavidez, two-time world champion at 168, and Demetrius Andrade, two-division world champion at 154 and 160. Recently made his way to 168, chasing greatness, man. He looking for that Canelo Alvarez fight. The sweepstakes, the fight everybody been looking for. We know Jermell Charlo just graced the square circle with him. A lot of people were not happy about their performance. Good thing is, boxing has a chance to redeem itself and make a comeback in this fight. This fight is going to be one you guys do not want to miss. So, it's going to take place November 25th. The venue is not confirmed as far as I know. It's either going to be in Texas or Las Vegas. This fight is really interesting. The card is lit up too. Jermell Charlo makes his return against Jose Benavidez Jr., which is the older brother of David Benavidez. They're going to be the co-main event. Jermell Charlo will be defending his 160-pound title against Jose Benavidez Jr., which I have him knocking out Jose Benavidez Jr. I'm going to make another video about that, but this video is about the main event. This fight is really interesting. These are two very talented, very established fighters at similar points in their career, even though Demetrius Andrade is a decade at least older than David Benavidez. David Benavidez being 26 and Demetrius Andrade being on the cusp of 36. Big contrast of styles, man. Demetrius Andrade, southpaw killer, boxer puncher. Seems like it's a lot of boxer punchers nowadays, but that's just the sport of boxing. That's what's exciting and what people want to see. But yeah, he's a boxer puncher, southpaw, very unorthodox, very awkward, strong, quick hands, can punch pretty well with both hands, speed, good ring IQ. Sometimes he has some gaps in the defense. He does get clipped every once in a while. But he has really surreal talent. When you think of Demetrius Andrade, the closest thing I could think of somebody like him is maybe a closest boxer puncher I can think of. He's really on a plane by himself as far as style. I'll say this: if you want to know what he brings to the table, go and look at Willie Nelson versus Demetrius Andrade, and that'll give you a real clear idea of what he's going to look like in this fight against a David Benavidez. The reason why I say Willie Nelson, even though that fight took place years ago when he was down at 154, he really displayed what he can do in the square circle. Yes, he's slower than he used to be. Yes, he's older, but he's more mature. He's learned a lot more in the ring. He's fought a lot more guys since Willie Nelson. Willie Nelson being the closest thing I could see on his resume to a David Benavidez. David Benavidez being 6'2" at the 168-pound division, a very big super middleweight. A lot of reach, orthodox, a lot of power, good knockout ratio. The way he delivered his power, though, you're not thinking of somebody like a Terrence Crawford or a Gervonta Tank Davis, that type of one-shot starch power, or like a Deontay Wilder. You're thinking somebody who's a wear-and-tear type fighter, somebody like an Errol Spence, to grind you down. Very good condition. The guy is never tired. He can throw 1,000 punches in a night. Yeah, a guy 6'2" at 168. He always comes in good shape. Very hard to hurt. He doesn't move too much, but he knows how to use his reach. He knows how to use his jab, and his jab is very good. He knows how to get it there and get it back before you can counterpunch him. Some of the quickest counterpunchers I would see having problems with somebody like a David Benavidez. I think to beat a David Benavidez, you're going to have to get his respect. And if there were ever a guy on his resume or on the horizon that can do that, it's definitely Demetrius Andrade. We know this is only his second fight at 168, but I'm pretty sure, almost positive, that he's brought that good punching power that he had at 154 and 160 up to the division. Yes, he did not knock out Damon Nicholson, which was the last fight. he had at 160, but he's definitely settled into 168. Both of these guys, man, ironically enough, have been chasing Canelo Alvarez. Demetrius Andrade has been chasing Canelo Alvarez for as long as I can remember. Definitely down at 160. I know they were both there at the same time. I don't know if he was chasing him at 154 or calling him out, but I know it's been a while. He's walked in the press conferences that Canelo Alvarez was doing, you know, trying to get fights and things of that nature. Canelo Alvarez has always said, man, you have no skills. It's crazy you say you have no skills, but he's recognized David Benavidez, the Mexican monster, skills. And when asked about this fight, he was like, it's 50-50 for him. So that's kind of odd, ironic, yeah. But this fight is going to be really one to remember, man. Things that David got going for him in this fight is he's been at the weight longer. He's the younger man, almost a decade younger. The size is definitely there for him. And conditioning, I have never seen anybody who's in better shape going to a ring against a David Benavidez than himself. I'm looking forward to this fight, man. Make sure you guys tune in. And also that undercard, man. I want to see how Jamal is going to look, you know, stepping back in the ring after 2 years. And we know his brother just suffered a big defeat to Canelo Alvarez last weekend. If he's the same Jamal that we saw starch Julian J-Lock Williams all those years ago, the same Jamal that we saw stopping people left and right, I'm hard-pressed to see Jose Benavidez get to round 12. Jose Benavidez, very decent fighter. He was really good at one time, but he suffered a horrific accident in which he was shot in the leg. It was the year right before he fought Terrence Crawford. That's why a lot of people give Terrence Crawford that scrutiny. And, you know, labeling his asterisk over Jose Benavidez, well, giving his performance over Jose Benavidez Jr. an asterisk because he was shot in the leg. But to say the least, it's definitely a decent opponent for Jamal Charlo to get his feet wet after a 2-year layoff. I'm gonna have to make a whole nother video for him. Looking forward to see what he can do. If he comes back in prime, tip-top shape, he really could shake some things up. We could really see Canelo Alvarez stepping back in the ring with the bigger Charlo brother within the next year and a half. Ironic enough, I know a lot of people are not happy about the performance Jamel put on, but you got to understand there are weight divisions for a reason. Jamal has always been a bigger brother. I made a short about him and Jamel and showing the size difference. He's the thicker brother, no homo, pause. It's more mass on him than a Jamel Charlo. He's even a bit taller than Jamel Charlo. Neck is thicker. You can just see what size can do for you after you've let it like come on in the right way. Meaning you've been at that weight division for a while, you develop muscles. Say what you want, but I'm hard pressed to see anybody put on 4 or 5 pounds of muscle in 3 months and try to prepare for a big fight at another weight division. That just doesn't happen. It's next to impossible. The weight you see most fighters gain in preparation for jumping up in weight divisions is water weight. It's not weight that's going to benefit you as far as like making your punches heavier or making your punches get to the target quicker and fast twitch muscles. It's hard to develop those type of muscles in 3 months or 4 months. You need time in a weight division to do that. And Jamal has been at 160 for a while now, so he's developed those muscles. Even though he's been out the ring for 2 years, we don't know what he's been doing. I'm pretty sure, almost positive, that we'll see him come back in great shape, especially with the type of work he's been doing up there with Roy Jones Jr. and just getting himself back on the path mentally. So we'll see what he has to bring. But man, this fight, this toss up with David Benavidez, this rumble with David Benavidez and Demetrius Andrade is one you guys really want to see. I got a 50-50. Like I said, I'll make my prediction the closer we get, see how both guys come, the shape they're in. I know David always comes in shape. Ironically, he lost his belt on the scale at one time. He's lost it twice on scales, and also he had cocaine in his system at one time going into a fight, and they stripped him then too. But he does come in shape, 15-round shape. So the questions that are going to have to be answered are going to have to be answered by Demetrius Andrade, and I'm looking forward to see what he brings to the table. He's been chasing Canelo, and now he's at his doorstep. You just got to get through the Mexican monster. Same with him. A lot on the line for both guys. But that's all I got for you guys now. Once again, it's the man Stan. You're watching Stand on Business Boxing. Like, share, subscribe. I'll catch y'all with another video soon. Peace.